Hi, this is Janice and I'm going to show you how to do a VLOOKUP. Now it's one of those things that people find quite difficult to do, so I'm going to try and share this with you. So as you can see here, there are some garments, descriptions of clothing here, and I've just made this a bit bigger so you can see. So you've got the size, you've got the basic price, and you've got the VAT rate. Now you're going to be taking this VAT rate in this VLOOKUP from the same worksheet. Now usually in a VLOOKUP it's on a separate worksheet, so I'm going to show you more than one. So this VLOOKUP video is all about doing a VLOOKUP in the same worksheet. So I'll make it a bit smaller so you can see, quite a bit smaller. So if you notice, there's a table at the bottom of the sheet. Okay, yeah, can you see? There's a table at the bottom of the sheet. Now what we are going to do, we are going to name this table, but we're not going to name the heading because it's centered, so it might obstruct our VLOOKUP. So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to look up in this particular source of data, we're going to look up the actual size and the percentage associated with that size. Okay, so we're going to name it. So you highlight it, then at the top here next to the formula bar you delete the cell address there and you give it a name. So I'm going to call it Janice. Oh no, let's call it rates of VAT. Rates of VAT. No spaces. And press enter. Next, this is what we're going to look up, the size. So this is your controlling column, which I call it. It's not its name, but it's a name that people tend to use. This is what you're going to use as the basis of your reference. You're going to use it as your reference point to search or look up information. So the size, we're going to highlight, we're going to name it. If you remember from here, you go up here and type size, press enter. So from now on, whenever you click on this down arrow and press size, it's going to highlight this column, the controlling column, and then when you click on rates of VAT, it's going to highlight the table at the bottom. Okay, right, great stuff. So in our VLOOKUP formula, what we're going to type is equal VLOOKUP open brackets. Now the syntax is given to us. What's your lookup value? Okay, so basically, where are we getting our lookup value from? We're actually going to be getting that lookup value from size. Okay, as you can see, it's come up. Yeah, it's come up. Let me bring the videos closer so you can see. It's come up in the list, yeah. You click on size, then you click comma. All right, where is the table array? Where's this data? So the data is going to be rates of VAT. You notice it comes up in the list again because you've named that area in the workbook. Anywhere you want to use it in the workbook, it will come up. So it's got to be rates of VAT. There you go, comma. Now, which column are you going to find this data in? If you go down to rates of VAT, this is where you will find the rate. So that's column 1 and this is column 2. So you're going to put in column 2. Okay, this is column 2. So in your formula, type 2. That's the actual column where the data will be found that you need to look up. Comma. At the end of the syntax, it gives you either true or false, and it basically tells you what true or false stands for. True is like an approximate match, but false is an exact match. You just choose it because it's the syntax of a VLOOKUP formula. Close the brackets. It should work. Press enter. There it is. Et voila! You've got your 20. So if you fill that area, okay, then you will get the VAT rate. Then you can start calculating things like the VAT payable, which is basically going to be equal to your basic price times whatever the VAT is. And because it's already been divided by 100, you don't have to do any calculations. We've already formatted the cells. To get the selling price, you just add the basic rate, the VAT, and then you get your selling price. So that's going to be equal to your basic price plus your VAT, your VAT payable, and herein, you get your price. I didn't put brackets, you don't have to put brackets. Okay, so both of them you can do and then just copy it all the way down. Et voila! Now your income is going to be based on how many did you sell and at what price. Now remember, these figures are currency. You must make sure you select currency, especially if you're doing the exam. It makes it clear, easy to read, recognizable as currency. So your income is basically going to be equal to your selling price, because you've already added on the VAT and anything else, times the number of items that you sold. Okay, so you've made £240. That's how easy it is. Easy money, they say. So there we go. This is our VLOOKUP formula, and I will basically type it on the screen for you so that you can see your VLOOKUP formula. Let's just move over a bit so you can see. So I'll just hide these columns for a minute, just so you can see. And this is the formula for your VLOOKUP. And this is when you have your VLOOKUP on the same page. So rewind, watch it again, but this is a formula. This is a formula that you are going to use. It's a bit difficult to use in. So this is a formula you're going to use, okay? So take care, all the best in your exam. Bye.